Hope you guys are feeling awesome as we welcome you back to The Success. One of TLC's most renowned television programs, My 600 Pound Life, is truly an inspiring and motivational show. Having over 7 seasons, the show revolves around the stigma of the recovery process of those who are morbidly obese. The patients ask Dr. Yona Nozaradin, also known as Dr. Now, for help, who is the show's recurring surgeon, and with a strict diet plan, as well as gastric bypass surgery, these people can change their lives for the better. The whole self-transformative process takes more than a year and requires the highest level of self-restraint and patience. Most people who come to the show do change things around for themselves, but there are some who are so delusional, stubborn, and in plain denial that it made for some pretty insane episodes. Their argumentative attitude and stubbornness towards Dr. Now sometimes ended the episode with them not getting the weight loss surgery at all. Here are some of the most out-of-control patients on My 600 Pound Life. Number 5. James K. James K. weighed an astonishing 790 pounds at the time of his episode and was the heaviest person to be featured on the show at the time. He was extremely delusional about his current state, and his wife completely enabled him by bringing him high-calorie foods, allowing him to gain more weight in the process. Dr. Now had the right to call his wife out for bringing him food. James's parents were extremely concerned about him, so much so that they took loans to pay for his surgery. Unfortunately, James didn't want to change his ways and was ultimately denied the gastric bypass surgery. Throughout his stay at the hospital, what's even worse is that James ended up gaining 60 pounds during his stay at the hospital instead of losing it.
Adult Protective Services concluded their investigation and determined that as long as James wants the food, that this is not a situation that they can.
Number 4. Nicole Lewis Season 5. Nicole and her boyfriend were complete Juggalos fans. They even had the Hatchet Man and the Chocolate Hatchet Woman tattooed on them to show their love. But no matter how you feel about them being Juggalos fans, the bigger issue was Nicole's weight. The couple had 2 children, but Nicole could barely care for them due to her weight, and all the responsibilities were on the shoulders of her husband. Unlike other people who appeared on the show, Nicole's case is especially shocking because in spite of being aware of her situation, she was in complete denial and refused to do anything about it. Nicole had a tough childhood, and to deal with her problems, she always turned to food, which was the reason why she gained over 700 pounds.
But I hate having to rely on my parents.
Jaden's in the bathroom. Better get him out of there, hon.
Number 3. Stephen Asante Season 5. Stephen Asante was one of the most notorious patients to ever appear on the show. Although he made an appearance alongside his brother, it was mostly Stephen who grabbed the attention of fans, but not in a positive manner. When Stephen was on his way to see Dr. Now, it was a 2-day drive by road. His dad drove non-stop, yet Stephen kept yelling at him to pull over every few hours so he could buy himself some food. Stephen also had a very bad pill addiction and kept lying to the doctors to get himself more painkillers to the point where Dr. Now himself completely lost it. Stephen eventually got into a huge argument with the doctor, and things got so heated that Dr. Now ended up calling security on him.
Stephen missed his appointment a few days ago, and now he seems to be playing games again. And he knows if he
Number
goes...
2. Janine Weller, Season 6. Janine's episode was one roller coaster ride as it consisted mostly of her arguing with Dr. Now or eating fast food. One of the craziest scenes in the episode was Janine going over to McDonald's on her motorized scooter to get herself a 20-piece nugget meal. Dr. Now wanted her to lose a pound a day, but she was losing a pound each week or so. The point when Dr. Now completely lost faith in her was when she lied that her appetite had died down and that she barely eats anymore. Number 1. Shanae Murray Season 6. Whenever Dr. Now would talk to Shanae, she would argue back and forth with him and even question whether or not she wanted the surgery. At one point, Dr. Now confronted Shanae on why she isn't losing any weight despite being on a diet. She swears it was all due to the water weight that she had gained. Shanae would also ask her husband to sneak in fast food for her inside the hospital during her stay behind Dr. Now's back, and would later hide the empty boxes in other patients' trash. Dr. Now confronts her by showing the empty pizza boxes to her, and even then, she pins it on her husband that he had been eating the fast food and not her. This was the last straw, as Dr. Now got tired of her lying, and later on in the episode decided not to let her go through the gastric bypass surgery.
On top of that, the staff has seen her eating burgers and pizza that Freddie has been sneaking in. So
this brings us to the end of our video, which we hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, do let us know by subscribing to our channel so you never have to miss out on any more videos we put out in the future. Also, be sure to watch the 2 videos that are on your screen right now, because they're certainly a hoot. And with that, we'll be catching you guys in the next episode.